Hey everyone, my name is Riley, and this video is a complete step-by-step walkthrough of the HubSpot Sales Hub. In this video, I will show you how you can get the most effective sales dashboard so that you can track and stay up to date with your sales team in the most effective way possible. We will also be taking a look at how you can use the deals pipeline, how you can set and track your sales team's goals, how to find the best sales calls from your team and put them into a playlist to automate your training process, how you can write and add sales scripts into HubSpot so your entire team can access them, and how you can use the sales forecast feature on HubSpot. So no matter if you are brand new to HubSpot or you just want to take your sales team to the next level, all you have to do is follow along with this tutorial and you will walk away as a HubSpot sales expert. With that intro out of the way, let's jump right into the tutorial. So the first thing that you need to do is, of course, sign up for a HubSpot account if you haven't already. If you want to sign up for HubSpot, you can do so using the first link in the description, and you will be able to create a completely free HubSpot account. So if you clicked on that link, you will be taken through to this page right here where you can sign up for your free HubSpot account. All you have to do is click on this button right here, and then you can go ahead and create your free HubSpot account. Now, I have of course already done this, so just go through and create your account and I will meet you in the HubSpot dashboard. Okay, so once you have gone ahead and created your HubSpot account, the first thing that we are going to be talking about is the dashboard. Now, as you can see, there is quite a few dashboard templates that we can choose from here. We have these two that are mainly targeted at customer service. We then have marketing, but then we also have sales right here. We have the top sales dashboard, which effectively focuses on the deals and sales, gives you an overview of these. And then we also have sales manager that allows you to focus on your sales team's performance. So you can choose either of these depending on which dashboard you would rather have. What would you rather see when you first load into HubSpot? I'm going to go ahead and choose the sales manager. Once you click on this, over here on the left hand side, it's going to give us a few different reports that are included in this dashboard. So all of these are by default, they are turned on. If you see any on here that you don't really want to see on this dashboard, you can go ahead and deselect these, but I'm just going to leave all of these on for now and then click on next. From here, we can then choose the dashboard name and then click on create dashboard. And just like that, this dashboard is now going to be created. So right here, you can see we have things such as deals closed total versus goal. We have the deal leaderboard, so each rep will show up right here. We can also see deals that are still open by the close date of the month, activity leaderboard by team with type breakdown. And once again, if there's anything on here that you don't like, we can simply click in here and we have a bunch of different options. We can rename each of these, clone them, export them, share the report, change the owner, add to dashboard, or remove from dashboard. So I'm just going to do that. And as you can see, that specific report is going to be taken away. We can also add in new reports into this dashboard by clicking on add report in this top right corner and then clicking on create report. This is going to take us over to the report area. And from here, we get brought up all of these different reports. Now you can see these ones are like blog posts. So these aren't the best for sales. So we just want to go over here to search reports and type in sales. And this is going to bring up all of the different sales reports that we can track. So let's just add this one in right here. We can select this, save this. And then just like that, this is now going to be added to the dashboard. We can also move these around by simply clicking and dragging, and then you can rearrange all of these different reports on the dashboard, oopsie, just like that, so that you can really customize this and have this looking at how you like. You can also create multiple dashboards. For example, if you are a sales manager, but you are also in the trenches, you're also closing deals with your team, what you might also want to do is go up here to create dashboard. And then we can go down and add in like sales, or we have this one for sales rep that allows your reps to basically focus on their monthly performance. So this one we have like deals closed versus goals, deals open by current stage, everything like this. So let's go ahead and create this as well. And then as you can see, once we are on this dashboard, we can switch between both of these dashboards that we created earlier so that you can flick back between them, see how you are doing, see how the team are doing, and everything like that. So that is the sales dashboard area. Now, if we go up to sales at the top here and open up this big drop-down menu, the first thing that we are going to be looking at is prospecting. Now, this is a relatively new feature in HubSpot, but it is super handy because prospecting is going to allow you and your team to see exactly what they need to do for each day or even the next day. So you can see that right now on my dashboard, I can see that with to-dos, I'm all caught up. However, I have one email task and one call task that is due today. We can also see this on the left-hand side. I have emails and calls, 0 out of 1 completed. So for you and your team to see exactly what these tasks are and go ahead and do these, all you need to do is click here on Start the Tasks, and then we can see exactly what the tasks are. So this one is called Thomas. We can see Thomas's contact right here. This is the lead that I need to get in contact with. I can see a little bit more about him, all of the contact information. I can see any notes that have been left on Thomas, as well as any associations. So let's imagine that I just went ahead and I contacted Thomas right here. What I can then do is check this off. I can also choose if I want to create a follow-up task. Let's say not now. And just like that, that's gone. I can do the same with the email. So let's imagine I've already done this. I just emailed him. I can then check this off. And just like that, this is now all done and I'm now completely caught up. We can also see the amount of meetings that either you or your team have had over the month. So in everybody's dashboard, it's going to show up like this, show how many completed meetings you have had, how many scheduled meetings there are, and how many meetings have no-showed for the month. Scrolling down, we also have this schedule section, which gives you a nice overview of your schedule for the day. In the middle here, we have sequences. So this is where you can go ahead and set up sales sequences for you and your team. If we click into manage sequences right here, we can now go ahead and set up a sequence. So we have a few different ones that are pre-made. So this one is prospecting, call heavy, reach out to new prospects with the goal of booking a meeting. This has 8 steps, takes 18 days, and is 25% automated. If we click into this, we can see how this sequence looks. So day 1 is going to be an email, then it's going to delay for 1 business day. Day 2 is going to be call and leave a voicemail. Then we wait 2 business days, then we call them again, then no delays, send them another follow-up, so on and so forth. So you can either choose from one of these templates right here, click into this, and then of course go through and edit. So by default, they have an email here, but if you want to go in and edit this, we can click here, edit email, or you can even add in completely new steps by clicking on these add buttons and then choose exactly what step you want to add. So let's say I want to add, let's go for a call. Just leave this as it is. That call is now going to be added in. So that's how you can do this from these templates. Or you can also go up and create one of these completely from scratch. It's the exact same thing where we can start out with an automated email, set this up and set this through, and then go through and choose like a call, add all of these different things, and basically create different sequences for you and your team to basically streamline and systemize the sales process. Down here, each of your team members can also see an overview of the leads, how many new leads have come in that they need to reach out to, how many are currently attempting, like potentially it went to voicemail, they couldn't get to the phone, how many follow-up leads you've connected with and actually spoken to on the phone, and then engaged leads that are currently in the pipeline. So going back up to the top, we can move this along to leads right at the top here. And this is going to show all of the leads that are specifically designated to me. What you can also do is change these filters at the top. So we can sort by different stages. So we can sort this by if they are new, if we are attempting to contact them, whether we have been in contact, qualified, disqualified. We can also choose by warm, hot, and cold. Choose what companies we want to target account, sequence enrollment, and everything like that. If we go ahead and click into leads, we can see a bigger overview or a better, more granular overview of exactly who this contact is. So right now we can see this is a hot lead. We have connected with them recently. We sent an email a day ago. Next activity, we can go ahead and schedule. So I could create a call task here. And right now you can see this is due in 5 days. But let's actually click into this. And I actually want to change this from 5 days to, let's say today. Save this. And as you can see, this is now due in 4 hours. We can also see any recent communications that we've had with this lead. And then if we go up, we can see about this contact, any notes that have been left, and any associations that they have with other contacts, other companies, any other deals, or any tickets. If you want to change the label for this lead, we can switch this between hot, warm, and cold right here. We can add any companies that they are in, and basically any of this we can go ahead and change by clicking on this drop-down menu. We can also add in new leads by clicking on Add Lead in this top corner, and then we can choose whether we want to add a specific contact or a whole company. I'll go with contact, and then you can see these are currently the contacts that I have inside of my HubSpot account. I'm going to add Peter Liamson right here. Let's add this lead. And as you can see, this guy is now added in. So once again, we can go through, select whether this is a warm lead, go through the company, click into him, and change all of these details right here. Under the schedule area, if you have connected up a Google Calendar or any other type of calendar, you can take a look at your schedule right here. We can even go further out and see how this is going to look. So that is the prospecting area. The next thing that we are going to be talking about is deals. So right here, we have a pretty simple Kanban chart where right now, these are set to appointment booked, qualified to buy, decision maker bought in, contract sent, closed won, and closed lost. Right at the top here, we also see an overview of the entire pipeline with the total deal amount in the pipeline, the weighted deal amount, open deal amount, closed and won. So these are any deals that you have won, and the new deal amount is right here. We can change any of these stage titles right here at the top by going over here to board actions, and then from here, go down to edit stages. We can click into this. And then as you can see, we can change all of these stage names. So instead of appointment booked, maybe I want to say discovery call booked right here at the top. Let's maybe change this deal probability to 10%. Click on save. And then if we now back out and go back over to the deals area, we can see this top section has changed to discovery call booked. We can also add new deals into this pipeline by clicking on create deal in this top right corner and then entering in this deal name. So I will just call this test 1. Then the deal stage, let's set this to discovery call booked. The amount we will set to 10,000. The expected close date we can also change right here. Let's set this to the 14th of February. We can also change the deal owner, so who is going to be taking this call, the deal type, let's say new business, and the priority. From here, we can then click on create, and this is going to take us into the main deal area where we can go straight in, do things such as email, call directly from here, which we will come back to later. So let me just go back to this main deal area, and we can see on the Kanban chart, test 1 has now been added in, and we can literally just click and drag and move this as the deal progresses throughout this entire area until the deal is hopefully won. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we can also click into each of these individual deals and get a much better overview of these deals. So right here, we can either send an email, we can call, and it just makes it much easier where we can click on specific deals. Let's say this is in discovery call booked. We can go straight in here, click into this person, and then go ahead and give them a call straight up here. We can also see any activities on this account, so you can see all of the deal activity is right here. We can also change the priority and everything else that we need to in this section. We also have filters here at the top, which isn't going to be super effective when I only have 3 deals in the pipeline. But if you start stacking this up and you have 50 to 100 deals in the pipeline, this can be super helpful where we can go ahead and change the deal owner, specifically sort this by me. We can also have a look at the created date, so anybody who has been created just today, last activity date, close date, and everything like this. Let's now go into the forecast section, and this is where you can see a forecast of your entire sales team. You can also split your sales teams into 2 separate teams if you want them to kind of have a rivalry against each other almost. However, this is just under all teams. So right here, we can see the goal attainment. Right now, I don't have any goal set, but what we can do is click into this and actually go ahead and set up a goal. So let's click into viewing goals. And then we can create a goal. Let's say revenue and say January revenue goals. Select both of these team members and then click on next. We are just going to set this to, let's say $15,000 for both. And then once that is entered, we can go for next, just like that. And we can see that with these new goals, Riley Holden has achieved 20,000 of the 15,000 goal, so 133%, and then this person has not achieved anything. We can also see the weighted pipeline, the coverage, the discovery calls that have been booked with each person, so you can see exactly how many times they've had a chance to close a deal, how many people were qualified to buy, qualified decision makers, and everything like that. So this is just a fantastic way to see a summary and an overview of how your team are doing. We can then go into coaching playlists, and this is another new feature where you can actually add different call recordings into this category right here and have your team be able to listen through them. So all we have to do is, first of all, we can create a playlist or a new folder. Let's create a new folder first of all and just call this top sales calls and set this to everybody. And then we now have this new folder. So in here, we can then go ahead and create a playlist as well. Call this the best sales calls. Create this. And then as you can see, we can now go ahead and add things in. Once the playlist has been created, if you actually have some call recordings on HubSpot, I don't because this is not my actual account, but they will all show up right here. You can listen to the calls and then you can add them to these different playlists so that your team can come in here, listen to those call recordings and get some awesome sales training from other members of your team. Next, we can go down to meetings, and this is where you can create your own scheduling page for people to book in appointments with you. So if we just go up here and click on create scheduling page, we can use a one-on-one, a group schedule, or a round robin. I'm going to go for one-on-one. So for the internal name, let's call this Riley Holden's meeting. Event title, let's do the same thing. Location, so right here, usually you would be doing this over Zoom. If it's not, you could maybe just type in mobile or something in here. If it is above Zoom, we can just click connect an app. And then we can go ahead and connect up with Zoom right here and have this integrated just like Calendly or the other scheduling apps that you would be using. In the description, we can then add something in here, allow people to cancel and reschedule in the event description. Always a good idea to turn this on, and then we can click on next. From here, we can then go through and set up the schedule. I will just leave this as this is, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. And then next. Make sure that people are getting a confirmation email. Super important that is turned on. And then we can create this scheduling page. From here, we then have this link that we can share with people in emails and things like that. Let's copy the link and see if this is working. And just like that, we have this scheduling right here where we can go ahead, schedule in appointments just like this. And as you can see, this booking is now confirmed. And that is how you can create a scheduling page so that people can book meetings with you. The final section that I want to talk about here is the playbooks. And this is where you can go in and add sales scripts and different things for your team. Now, these two are automatically here by HubSpot. So let's actually go ahead and click into this. And we can see this is not very good, but it's kind of like a sales script. So use this playbook to help guide your call with your prospect. Before the call, you should do da-da-da-da-da, and then ask these questions during the call. And then your team can go ahead and take notes in these different areas. So these are pretty useless. I really wouldn't use these for my sales team, but what you can do is let's just delete these and then create a new playbook right here. Then you can choose to start from scratch, discovery call playbook, qualification, business review, or customer onboarding. Let's just go start from scratch and then create the playbook. And then right here, we can just go ahead and start typing things out. Sales script, start by doing A, and then you can just type out the sales script right here. You can also add in different questions in this section right here. So we just go up to insert question, and then say something like, are you broke? Something like this, required, add this in. And then as you can see, this is now a required question. So we could maybe say required questions, not required questions, something like this. You get the idea. This is basically where we can type out different sales scripts and have it so your team can write down notes on the call. So that is my entire training on how to use the HubSpot Sales Hub. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to smash that like button and tap that subscribe button. And until next time, take it easy.